Hello and welcome to Kelly's Wordy Reactions. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I want to welcome you in and let's see, what are we about to do? Well, first of all, I want to ask you to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much if you are a subscriber that's been with the channel for a while. Thank you so much if you are a subscriber that's been with the channel just as of recently. As some of you know, I crossed over the 1,000 subscriber mark. Let's see, 224, 2024. So thank you so much for helping me get that done. That seems like such, I don't know, that seems like a magical that seems like a magical, you know what? I hadn't really thought about that. Let me see, 224. Okay, so it was 224. Then it was also 224, 2024. So, you know what's odd is that I'm not like a numerology specialist or anything, but I have learned somewhere along the way that I should pay attention to the number 8, and the number 8 is very significant for me in a blessed way, in a good way. And so there's an 8 in my birthday. My birthday is May 28th, so there's an 8 there. And then and you know what? There's another 8 in my, wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, the 224. Okay. So that's 4, 2, and 2. So that's 8, right? If you add all those up, the 224 is 8. And then if you look at 2024, that's an 8 in and of itself. So, wow, it just seems like such a destiny type of situation. I don't know. I feel really blessed to have made it. So anyway, I just want to thank everybody for subbing. I have a lot of things that I'd like to do, a lot of plans, so I'll be working toward it. I'm not just a full-time YouTuber, but I'm working toward it. So anyway, I want to just thank you for everybody who has subscribed and is helping me to make this dream of being a content creator a reality. So thank you. Anyway, so the next thing that I want to do is also thank phone calls from prison. So we're about to get into another series of calls, and all these calls were on the same video. So we'll be, listening to these in repetition, or in, I don't know what that word is, back to back. We'll be listening to these back to back. And so yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it and see what I think. So I'm gonna put my good ears on here because as you all know, if you're not careful, old Nesto will slide some words in on you that you never heard of before. And you got to go to trying to figuring out what he's talking about and what he meant by what he said and all that. So anyway, I got to keep one ear to the atmosphere so I can hear what's going on around me, and then another ear so I can fully hear these words and fully hear this interaction, and just see what I think is going on. So yeah, just looking and seeing. So this call happened June 28th. of June 28th of 2023. So this was just last summer. So as we know, Nesto went ahead and spent the summer in jail, no bond, or he didn't have a bond on everything. So that's why he's been in there all this time. He went ahead and spent the fall and the winter in jail. And he just recently, as of this month, February 2024, he just got the final bond amounts so that if he's able to, he can, get out of jail if he's able to. And those bonds are somewhere in the neighborhood of like $420,000. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but somewhere in the neighborhood when you add up all the bonds all together. And then on top of that, he's got some situations out of at least one other county that he's got to clear up potentially before he's fully released. So to my understanding, he can be released from Cobb County in lieu of Fulton County, but then he still has to go to Henry County. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a whole lot. And I don't blame Shirley one bit for not wanting to stick around for the full and complete sideshow that this has, inadvertently become. But, Sonya, she's been more than willing to go ahead and take care of that business for Shirley. She's been there, ready, willing, and able, willing participant. And so, we'll be sticking around to see how all that pans out for Miss Sonya. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get into the first call.
This video contains 3 calls made by Nesto while in Cobb County Jail. They are from June 26th and June 27th, 2023. In this, we'll talk to Sonya about one of his daughters and Shirley's daughter. Take a listen.
Hello?
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 Yeah, I just called back because I thought they was shutting down.
Oh.
Yeah. So, no, I ain't calling, man. It's a video. It's 2 videos I need for him to get. I told him to send that shit to you 6 months ago to you. He ain't found it. Ain't got it. Send it to you yet. Better send it to my other friend, so I'm hoping he got it in his telephone. In his telephone.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're trying to use my family against me and business people against me.
I'm sorry. I think I said June 28th. So that was June 27th. All right. So here we go.
That's what I see.
Really? They mentioned that in court?
No, I know the names. I know the names. Told me to stay away from.
Oh, you talking about when they said conditions of the bond, they named off people?
Yeah.
They're trying to call them people victims.
Yes. So that's what they're trying to do. I figured it out.
So
you could look it up and you could see for yourself.
Okay, let's see.
Nesto. So he's trying to figure it out and he sees all the names. So he's like, oh, okay, I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to involve my family and my business people. And here goes Sonya. They trying to call them victims. Oh, Sonya. I just remember when Sonya said she didn't want to get egg on her face. And I have a feeling that, as this thing whenever this thing really gets to opening up, like we know eventually it's probably going to have to do. Um, yeah, Sonya might walk away. She might. She might just walk away with that egg on her face, just like she didn't want to get. But anyway, let's let's hear how he's figuring this out.
Uh, it's telephone.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to use my family against me and business people against me. That's what I see.
Really, they mentioned that in court?
No, I know the names. I know the names. Told me to stay away from.
Oh, you're talking about when they said conditions of the bond, they named off people?
Yeah.
They're trying to call them people victims.
Yes. So that's what they're trying to do. I figured it out.
What if they are victims, Sonya? Like Sonya, I don't know if she's just really trying to give this man everything that he's looking for in terms of validating him. But what if they are victims, Sonya? Like, has Sonya ever, like, just for one time stopped and thought, I mean, could it possibly any kind of way be that any of these people are telling the truth? And why would so many entities all at the same time want to lie on Nesto? What is it about? Maybe you should be asking yourself, what is it about him that makes people want to just sit up and, have so much animosity toward him? Is he really that successful? Like, let's figure this thing out. Is he that successful? Is he that much of a coveted being that everybody just wants to sit up and make up things and lie on this man? And for what? Like, what does he actually have? He's sitting there always trying to get something figured out. I mean, if he was that much of a individual where he was just so like, I don't know, if he was just so like on top of everything, just like this huge, larger than life, businessman, this mogul, this millionaire, this, I don't know, multi-millionaire, whatever it is that people think that he is, that they have to try to like everybody gang up on him to try to like pounce on him and take him down because everybody is so jealous and everybody wants something that he has and everybody wants a piece of him. Where is his stuff at? Where are his things? Why does everybody want to take him down? That's the question. Why does everybody want to take this man down? I mean, if he is all that, what's the reason? What is the motive? Okay, what is the motive? And if he was all of that, like, why is he asking for a little bit of money on the phone and a little bit of money for some commissary and trying to figure out where he's going to get the bail from, trying to figure out who's gonna, where he's gonna be, where he's gonna go? Why is he this larger than life person that everybody wants to take down if he doesn't have anything that anybody wants? He's, at the end of the day, he's just himself. What is it about him to where Roswell police wants to take him down, his children want to take him down, his wife wants to turn her back on him? Is it that he's just that coveted of a person? Are people just that jealous of him? Or is he just that low down to where the chickens have come home to roost for him and people see their opportunity and everybody is running to tell their story because they have one, and they maybe couldn't get enough courage, or they maybe couldn't get enough traction on their own. But now that they see that he's in this more vulnerable state to where he cannot be a tyrant over them, maybe that's why everybody is running to tell their story and to give their part of what he's done to them.
You could look it up and you could see for yourself.
Okay, let's see if I can pull it up.
So the name. So I said that's not why I need to get that today from him to see everything going on. That's why they don't want me to contact or be around these people because I use them against me. Yeah. So the same people, some of the same people. Those people was on the condition of the bond back in December, January.
Why do they want to use them against you, Nesto? What have you done? What have you done? Why does anybody want to use anybody against you? What's up? And if these people are your people and they love you and they really care about you, then what can anybody say to make somebody unknow what they know about you? I mean, I'm just trying to figure it out. What can anybody say to make people not know what they know about you? If you're a good dad, you're a good dad. If you're a good business person, you're a good business person. They have good experiences. They have good reviews. They have good things to say about you. If you did what you said you were supposed to do, then you did it. I mean, what? what? And see, these are the questions that Sonya should be asking herself. Why the big Nesto takedown? Who is he? Is he this big, multimillionaire? Is he a big celebrity where people are gonna either send him to jail or put these huge lawsuits on him because they're trying to get money? Like, he doesn't even have anything. Why? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why?
Mm-hmm.
So those people work for me. So now it took you 6 months to do that part, to come to this far. You still didn't have nothing.
Of course.
Yeah. Then they say, oh, they're coming forth now. Everybody's coming to forth now. Who's everybody? That makes no sense. What you're saying?
It makes no sense.
So, yeah.
But again, I feel like every time you go to court, he just bluff because he want to make it look like it's all so bad to keep you in jail. For whatever reason, he wants you to stay in jail.
Right.
And then they want to make up cases to try to, satisfy the lies he told in court.
Yeah.
So,
I got to get that video from him. Yeah, I got to get that of him. I got to get that video from him, from my daughter.
your daughter has it?
No, I got to get it from him. His video of her. And I was trying to get her off the street.
Mm-hmm.
She's bipolar, and schizophrenia. I tell you that.
You're a young one.
She's older. She's like.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
She's 30.
No, she's like 36, 37. She might be 37. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when they called her name yesterday, I knew who she was. I said, they going that cold.
What?
Yeah.
So do you deal with her at all?
No, I don't deal with her. I ain't talked to her in 4 years. I ain't seen her in 5 years. At all.
Wow.
She just hates my guts, and she hates the other people's guts. and never met them.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, absolutely.
What?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, it is crazy. So it is what it is.
You think her mother was in her ear her whole life growing up talking negative shit? Because
Oh,
sometimes parents do
absolutely.
that.
Oh, yeah. All the time. Yeah. But that case, she wanted me to be back in my life, and I didn't want her back in my life. I didn't trust her because she stole her my head. Yeah, so I didn't want to deal.
Okay, before this goes any further, okay, so Nesto says this daughter is, first of all, she's not the youngest daughter. He was trying to get her off the streets at one point, and I guess her behavior was so bad he went ahead and started to video it. Why he did that, I don't know. I really do kind of feel like maybe this guy, this is your daughter here. This is not even a son. That's like, probably, he didn't say she pulled out any sort of a weapon or anything. So this is not even somebody that can really fight you. Even no matter what type of psychotic break she's having, you could probably restrain her until the ambulance comes. So what in the world are you doing pulling out a camera to video them in the middle of them having a hard time? You already know she's bipolar, if that's even true. Because at this point, I just don't believe nothing that Nesto says. I think that Nesto is such a con man that he will con anybody. I don't think anyone is off limits. I think there's people that he likes more than others. But I think if he sees an opportunity, I really feel like he's an opportunity type of guy, right? And especially when he sees like a weak link, then I could see him taking the opportunity to put her in some stuff. We already know that he allegedly used Sheridan, Shirley Strawberry's daughter, and her 2 children's names on put them on some type of property that they weren't really a part of. And that is something that is alleged in his charges and his documentation. Not just, he's trying to blame everything on Erica King inadvertently he never says her name hardly, but he's inadvertently trying to put that over off of them other folks. But if he'll put these babies' names on something, if he'll put Sheridan's name on something, no telling what all he put Shirley's name on. What's stopping him from putting his daughter on something? And when I say weak link, I mean somebody that's probably not like fully, in charge and up to date with all of their business. Like Laverte, he would probably never, ever even dream of putting Laverte's name on anything or her kids, because he knows that Laverte is probably well on top of every part of her business that she can be on top of. Credit reports, credit scores, fully on top of knowing everything that's going on with her children and their names and everything. He'd be scared to do Laverte like that. And Dion, I just don't think that, I think using women and girls is just more his style. Okay. I just don't think that he would think to put Dion's name in anything, because it's just not necessary. I can use these women and these girls, and to do whatever I need to do. So yeah, I think he absolutely would put her in some stuff because he knows she's not all here. She's here, there, and everywhere. She's never going to be on top of her business. Yeah, I'm going to take her name and put her name in some stuff. You know, who cares? If it ever needs to get cleared up, then, you know, by the time she figures out anything happened with her name, she'll just be wondering who did it. And somebody will help her clean it up. Or maybe nobody will ever help her clean it up. It doesn't matter. Like, I feel like he has it doesn't matter. She don't matter. That ain't nothing. Like, I don't think he takes anything of anybody else's serious enough to even care, unless he knows that you take your own stuff serious. And if he knows you're serious, you're about your business type of person, oh no, of course not, because he doesn't really want to be caught. So, and he doesn't want to look like he did anything wrong. So no, he's not gonna approach Laverte with a lot of this stuff, dragging her kids and her names off into stuff. He's not gonna do Dion like that, because he knows those children of his are pretty much on top of what they got to be on top of. But anybody who is like a weaker type of a link, like they can't get everything, all the balls rolling in the same direction at the same time, oh yeah, for sure. You getting ready to get used. You getting ready to get your name, your stuff is getting ready to be in your name. Whatever. You a good social security number, because you don't know. You don't know what to do with that. I'll do it. I know what to do. I got you. I know what to do with it. So yeah, I think she probably I don't know, might not even be bipolar and schizophrenic. That might not even be anywhere real with this child. It could just be that this man has been gaslighting her and somewhat driving her crazy all of her life, making her confused, making her not be able to figure out why her own father would talk to her in certain ways or do her certain ways, treat her a certain way. And, you know, it probably just literally drives her bonkers. Maybe not literally crazy, but maybe crazy enough to where people see that she's, you know, her behavior is very off, and people will think you're crazy. And they just won't know that there's somebody in the background in your ear that is driving you to that. And you don't have the emotional capacity to handle that coming from that person. And so you go off, and the people just see you going off. But the person out front, they know what they did to you. And, you know, and this is just a shame. And because Nesto is the way that he is, I believe that much more. I believe that rendition much more. Never, ever heard this girl speak. But I believe that rendition more than I believe whatever it is that's coming out of Nesto's mouth, because Nesto is a con man, and he doesn't care who he cons. It's about him. It's about his bottom line. I think he has a real hate and a disdain for practically everybody. And the only thing that gives him pause is seeing that you're so strong and you're so with it and on the ball with everything that you have going on, that it's a lot of things he can't do with you. And you know what? I think Dre knows this, because you know how we hear Dre talking to him? Dre talks to him like, look, don't try to do none of that stuff with me. It's not going to work. He's very like straightforward. Matter of fact, cut it all off. Cut. Cut to the point. And I think that maybe Dre just like he's so knowledgeable about how Nesto is with all of that con man, flim flam, you know, running it past everybody type thing. I think Dre is so good with recognizing it. I don't know that he knows how it has a tendency to affect other people. And I don't know that Dre cares, because a lot of times people just think if you're accountable, then that's on you. But it really is a very evil and diabolical thing to be a person that goes around just trying to figure out how to get over, how to get under, how to get around. Um, I don't really care anything about you. I don't care anything about you. I care about me and my bottom line. And it doesn't matter who it is. My wife, person that I call my wife this year, uh, my children, friends in my life. If I need something and you have it or you're standing in my way, then I'm gonna figure out what I need to say and what I need to do to get it from you, or to sneak it from you, get you to hand it over. That's Nesto. Here we go.
Deal with her anymore. Period.
I wouldn't either.
What do you say?
I wouldn't either.
So he's up here telling this lie about how she stole money from him so he can make it seem more reasonable.
Do you deal with her at all?
No, I don't deal with her. I ain't talked to her in 4 years. I ain't seen her in 5 years at all.
Wow.
She just hates my guts, and she hates the other people's guts, and never met them.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, absolutely.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. So, it is what it is.
You think her mother was in her ear her whole life growing up talking negative shit? Because sometimes parents do.
Oh, yeah. All the time. Yeah. But that.
And that's what I wanted to say too. This lady sat up here and heard him say, I forgot this point, heard him say she's bipolar, she's schizophrenic. And you want to circumvent that and say, and do you think her mother was in her ear all of her life talking crap about you? What difference does it make? The woman, the girl, then, and now the woman has mental issues. Wouldn't the better question be something like, oh, wow, well, do you think that's, is that hereditary? Does that run in anybody's family? Do you know of anything that was very traumatic for her that could have, caused some sort of a break like that? Or is that just something that maybe runs in her family or somewhere on your side of the family? That's, wow, I hate to hear that. That's very interesting. Instead of her saying something like that, she'd rather go to, well, what do you think about this woman is such a mess. It's just like, she never disappoints. Like, how did we get from she has mental illness? You went from that, you didn't even ask about it. You didn't even acknowledge it really. And you went from that to, and do you think her mother's probably been talking mess about you all her life? Really? Really? This lady is so ready, willing, and able to blame people for things and to just validate this guy in every kind of which way that she can. She didn't even have 1 ounce or iota of concern about this young woman. Schizophrenia is terrible. And she didn't even acknowledge it. Sad. Really, really sad.
Okay, she wanted me to be back in my life, and I didn't want her back in my life. I didn't trust her because she stole $750 from her and my aunt. Yeah, so I didn't want to deal with her anymore. Period.
I wouldn't either.
Say,
I wasn't even.
deal with her, Dad. Please deal with her. No, when she found out she knew I was
Mm-hmm.
going out to move out of state and shit. She tried to use it to run.
Mm-hmm.
So here I go. Well, all right. So I'm gonna give her one more chance, and didn't know she was on probation. Didn't know none of that. A year and a half later, on probation. So I said, well, you can't get yourself together. Let's just move back. No, I don't do that. But she found out that Georgia don't expedite. Not Georgia, but Cali don't expedite. So she just said, fuck probation. So I figured that out. So, but I gave her a lot of chances. I just don't fuck with her no more. But I didn't know how to deal with that schizo and bipolar shit. I didn't know nothing about that.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know how to deal with that.
So it sounds like what he's saying is she found out he was moving out of state. So she wanted to come with him. Is that what he's saying? That's what it sounds like he's saying. She found out I was moving out of state. She wanted to move to, or she wanted to come with me. I didn't know she was on probation. So I went ahead and let her come. But then I found out that she was on probation and she was bipolar and she had schizophrenia. And I didn't know how to handle that. Okay. What else? What else, Nesto?
Period. I tried, but luckily, every time I dealt with her, I always kept her ass on film. I kept her.
Silly.
No, I'm just right. Man, look here, man.
But you know what? When you can't trust people, you can't keep them in your life, no matter who they are to you. If I don't trust you, I can't have you in my life, period.
Yeah, I don't trust you. I don't trust you.
I don't trust you.
So this is your child, and you are not going to have them in your life at all. You can't. First of all, why are they so untrustworthy? And see, the thing is, Sonya still is not acknowledging this young woman's mental condition. She has no sympathy, no empathy, no love, no anything for this woman. And really, it's all based on, I think Sonya is just one of those kind of people that's just going to say whatever she thinks needs to be said to whoever she's talking to. So because this is her man right now, and she wants to do any and everything that she can to please and appease him, she's going to say what he needs to hear. The problem with that is that she's also willing to do whatever it is that he wants her to do. She's got herself in a very bad position with this guy, because he sees, like, he knows how ridiculous the things are that he says. Don't think for 1 minute that he's talking all this ridiculous talk and he doesn't know. He knows that this is a sin and a shame. And for her to go along with every little bit of way that he is, when he himself, like, people don't just do stuff and not feel it and not know it. He knows that he's dirty. He knows it. And for her to just go along with every little thing, like Shirley, like in the case where Shirley would be like, oh, I'm not gonna not pay Sheridan's rent. I'm gonna pay her rent. Basically, I feel like Shirley is saying, this is what I worked hard for all my life. This is the position that I worked to put my daughter in while I was not able to be with her. And she had to make sacrifice to live with my mother so that I could do the job, so that I could give her a better, maybe overall better upbringing. So she's going to share in those spoils. Okay. She's going to share in that. You weren't even there, Nesto. You were not even there. But he knows Shirley, he knows how she's looking at it. He knows how she's thinking about it. And that's why at the end of the day, all he can say is, oh, okay, yeah, okay. Oh, you sent everybody to the White House? Oh, okay. All right. He knows how she thinks about it, and he knows he has no right, nothing. Now, he's obviously he's tried to do what he could to sever the relationship, but there's things that he could never shake her from. He could never shake her from her conviction, because that's her way to redeem herself for not raising her child and for having her child with her mother, is to give her the lifestyle that all of this has afforded, and her children. So this is the whole goal. And Nesto knows that. So he's cleverly tried to, put a wedge there. But it's nothing that he could do to make her redirect those funds. That's what he's always been so pissed about with Shirley. That's why he hates Sheridan. That's why he's whatever the tension is over here with him and Sheridan. That's why. Because that man hates Sheridan, because he cannot, no matter what, if Shirley's got to get evicted, if she don't live somewhere, she gonna make sure Sheridan and them kids have, because that's her conviction. Because in her mind, that's what she was doing it all for. All these years, everything that has, everything that's not well with them, then in her mind, I'm gonna make sure that this part right here, this part is good, because you deserve to share in the spoils of what I was out hunting and dragging back. You deserve to share in that, because I wasn't there for you. And so I'm going to make sure I'm there for you now. I'm there for your children. They're going to have the best education. Y'all are going to live well. And that is that lady's conviction. And he can't shake her out of that. And he hates Sheridan for that, because that's funds that he can't, he could never redirect Shirley from doing that. And that might be the whole reason he married Shirley, was because he thought a certain thing was going to happen. And he thought, well, if it's not happening now, eventually I'll keep shaking her. I'll keep rattling her. And eventually I'll get it. And when eventually didn't come fast enough, then looks to me like he just decided to, oh, well, I'll get it anyway. I'll get it in y'all's name anyway. I'll get it out of you anyway. I'll get it. I'll do it behind your back. I'll do it by hook or crook. You still gonna give it to me one way or the other, either willingly, or if I got to just set it up to look like whatever it's got to look like. That's Nesto. But this Sonya woman right here, Sonya's in for a very rude awakening. She is working hard for the wrong side. She's picked the wrong side, and she's gonna find out.